It's the battle for supremacy in the SEC West. It'll help determine the league's representation in the playoff. Undefeated Mississippi State heading to Tuscaloosa to take on number 5 Alabama. Hey everybody, Bonnie Bernstein in our Campus Insiders studios, welcoming in Bullies insider Michael Bonner and Bama insider Chris Stewart. And gentlemen, let's talk quarterbacks. On a scale of 1 to 10, how integral is Dak Prescott for MSU, Blake Sims for Bama in determining his team's success? Michael, you start.
I think it's a 9 or a 10. In the games that Dak Prescott has played well, Mississippi State has cruised to victories. In the games he's kind of struggled or played at least average, you look at Kentucky and Arkansas, it's been close games. So if Dak Prescott plays extremely well, Mississippi State will have a chance. If not, I'm not sure they do.
Yeah, I would say for Alabama and with Sims, it's probably between a 6 and a 7 because he's frankly completed somewhere between 60 to 70% of his passes on a regular basis this season. Unlike Prescott, who has to win the game for Mississippi State, I think Sims has to avoid losing it for Alabama. Certainly he's the trigger man for this team, but he has so many weapons around him. If he gets the ball in their hands without putting the ball on the deck, I think it's going to be a good day for the Crimson Tide.
And Nick Saban really has talked about the importance between the run and the pass game in this contest on Saturday. One of the intangibles, I think, will be how these teams handle the pressure cooker. Remember, a couple years ago, Mississippi State 7-0 got waxed at Alabama and basically tanked the rest of the season. So, Michael, how is Dan Mullen making sure that doesn't happen again?
In a little things they're doing, it's in practice. They're playing loud, very loud music, the loudest it's been all season. Music isn't a different thing in practice, but this week it's been extremely loud. But overall, big picture, they're looking at wins at LSU. They're looking at playing in the target on their back. The first game in Mississippi State history with the #1 ranking, they went into Kentucky and won. The first home game as the #1 team, they had a fourth quarter comeback against Arkansas. So the players are saying this is a different team. It's not the team that lost at Alabama. They've dealt with adversity, and not only have they dealt with it, they've succeeded. Dak Prescott said in 2012, their mantra was, "We believe." He said this year it feels like more that we know we can.
Absolutely. You'd have to think that going into LSU and winning at Death Valley is a huge confidence booster. Chris, Alabama's obviously all too familiar with high-stakes games, but Sims is a first-year starter. So what makes you think he can handle the atmosphere?
Because I think at this point of the season, he has been through this type of game before. He went through the loss in Oxford, but I think learned a lot. We saw it the next week, even though he didn't play well in Fayetteville, was able to lead Alabama to a fourth quarter comeback in that one. Certainly what took place in Baton Rouge in the final 50 seconds plus overtime has to put him at a confidence level that's probably as high as it's been all year, even though he's had games with greater numbers.
It seemed like Sims had his coming out party on that final drive on regulation. Well, can Mississippi State turn the tide against an Alabama team that's won 6 straight in this series and 11 of the last 13? We will find out. 3:30 Eastern at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Michael Bonner, Chris Stewart, enjoy the game. And we're also drilling down on the state of Alabama's running game and how the Bulldogs can clamp down on Amari Cooper. You can check out those segments only on Campus Insiders.